Hey, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. All right, so today is part 2, and I know it's been a while. You know, life, gotta love it. But today is part 2, so it's where you actually work to plan what you're wanting to do. So last video, part 1, is dreaming. If you could do anything and everything, what would you do? Now, here's the more practical part, the actual planning part. Something you have to keep in mind are what are some things that you are actually going to eat or enjoy seeing, because if you're growing flowers or something that's pretty to look at, that's what you're going to want to plant. So for me, I kind of have a little bit of a plan going, so I'm going to share my plan with you, and then maybe that will help you. So something to keep in mind, this is my 4th year, so I did not accumulate all of this stuff overnight. And neither the containers that I'm talking about, the in-ground bed that I'm going to talk about, nor the seeds, none of it was one-time purchase, okay? This is what I've accumulated over the last 4 seasons. So to start with, container-wise, I have 12 5-gallon buckets that are food grade. I think I got some at Lowe's, some at Menards. I think a week or 2 ago when I was at Lowe's, I think they've got theirs for $5 a bucket, I think. I didn't personally need the lids, but if you want to get a lid, you can. The lids do cost extra. So I have 12 5-gallon buckets. I have 2 5-gallon planters that I got those on clearance at Target, I think. So watch end of season sales. I have 4 2-gallon planters. 2 of those have something that's a perennial, meaning it'll come back every year if the conditions are right. I have 3 4-foot by 3-foot metal beds, raised beds. I have a wooden 4-foot by 18-inch bed. I call it my herb bed. I was given 3 or 4, I can't remember how many I have, and I haven't pulled them out of the shed yet, but I have 3 or 4 salt lick tubs that were out for horses or cattle or some type of livestock. And then I have 2 3 to 5 gallon, I never actually measured or like really looked at it, gallon decorative planters. So ones that you would like put on your front porch for something pretty. So I have some ideas for those. So I'm going to kind of share, and then I've got my 10 by 25 bed. Something is in the works that might be changing up a little bit. But when the time comes, I'll go into that a little bit more. So first things first, I've got my seeds here. I've got my plan written down just because I'm one that I have to see it in order to fully understand and remember what my plan is. So for my 5-gallon buckets, I'm looking at growing some nasturtiums, which if you're not familiar with nasturtiums, there are 2 kinds. There's a vining and a bush. The only ones that I have experienced are bush. They will say vining or pole if that's the kind that they are. But I'm actually going to grow 2 kinds. Let's see if I can find them real quick. Are they here? Yep, they're here. For seeds, I have found these little photo containers that you can get at like craft stores. These have come in handy a lot, so I can sort them how I want. Like this one's flowers. It's not necessarily like edible or anything like that. So this one is Tip Top Alaska Salmon. And then for these nasturtiums, or these others. These are orchid cream nasturtiums. I thought those were so pretty. And both of these varieties I got from Baker Creek, which is one of the videos, or one of the companies that I linked before. But the cool thing is with nasturtiums is you can eat the flower and the leaf. So that's kind of fun. They have like a peppery taste, and my 5-year-old thinks it's hilarious to invite friends over and go out to the garden and just start eating the plants, like the flowers and leaves, and they're like, whoa, 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 what's going on? It's really funny. So I'm planning on doing at least 2 buckets of each of these. The next one I'm doing, I kind of just went by container rather than different things. I have 1 hot pepper. I'm trying it new this year. I don't like super spicy stuff. Well, I don't like spicy stuff. Mild salsa is about all I can do. But my husband likes spicy stuff, so I'm growing these for him. This is the Sugar Rush Peach pepper. It is a spicy but fruity tropical sweet pepper. Sweet, well, it's sweet, tropical, and hot. So there you go. I'm gonna I'm gonna do a couple of those in 1 container. Something that's neat about peppers is they actually like to hold hands, so you can actually grow a couple of them in a small space. I'm gonna do the habanada for me and my oldest son. Well, actually, my younger son too, because he absolutely he likes spice too. So the habanada, this is a fruity and floral pepper with no heat. So that's the cool thing about this one. And then we saved seeds from a chocolate lunchbox pepper. So we're gonna do some of those too. If not just the chocolate, but maybe the orange ones too. My son loves taking those for lunch. Let's see, where'd my herbs go? Here it is. Come out. Thank you. Really excited about this one. I'm not sure I'm going to put it in my herb bed just because I put my sweet basil there. But I'm looking at doing lemon basil. One of the fellow YouTubers that I follow and have for a couple of years now grows basil specifically for basil tea, and I was like, that sounds kind of delicious. So with this one having an intense lemony fragrance and taste, I thought that one would be good. Let's see. I'm going to grow Aunt Molly's ground cherry. It's a cousin to the tomatillo. You have to grow at least 2 so they can pollinate each other. So I'm gonna grow a couple of those. And then my son really wanted, I think I just put those backwards, oh well. He really likes pretty flowers. Well, he likes bees, which I'm totally okay with because bees help the garden. He wants to grow bachelor's buttons this year. So we're going to try it. I have no idea how to grow them. I'm doing a lot of new experimenting this year just because I can. And I'm not going to end up teaching summer school this year, so I'm going to have a little bit of extra time to spend with my garden. I think that was everything. Oh, nope, one more. So cut flowers. This is just a mix of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 or more, plus or minus, different types of seeds. So I thought this could be fun. Even if I don't end up cutting them to bring them into the house, you know, just having them outside is really pretty. So that's my 12 5-gallon buckets of different things. My 2 5-gallon planters. I've got 2 large 5-gallon planters. The thing with that one, I had garlic in one of them, And this year with our -30 winter, like that was real temperature. It was -30. It was cold. And so with them being in a pot rather than in ground, they died. So I'll try again next year or this fall when it's time to do those. So I will probably end up doing calendula in those for something kind of a yellow orange pretty. It's a mix, so this one will be really pretty. In my two of my 2-gallon planters, I'm going to grow gazania. I had opened these, or they got opened for some reason, but I'm gonna do gazania. I think that's just so pretty. So that's what I found these. And then I'm looking at doing some geraniums. I saved my own seeds. So this will actually be a surprise because I had white, light pink, and like a bright fuchsia magenta type color. So it'll be fun to see kind of what I get there. Currently in my other 2-gallon planters, there's blanket flower. I actually purchased those last year and they are gorgeous. They actually are recommended for pollinators. And my pollinators lived on these. There's a beehive for honey that's actually about 2 miles down the road from me. So I like I like growing stuff for the bees, and then I actually purchased their honey, which is kind of cool. So stay changing pages. Okay, so my 3x4 beds, one of them actually has strawberries already in it, and so far they look just fine. I haven't really gone out and messed with them a whole lot just because I don't want them coming out of their dormancy yet. Then another one, I was thinking I would do, so in another bed, I was going to do carrots. Is that this one? Yep. So I have 2 kinds of carrots that found that looks fun. I have some carrots that they've literally just turned out as big as my little finger. I don't know if it's where I was planting them. I grew them slightly different places for 2 years, back-to-back season. Well, not back-to-back seasons, but spring and spring. So I just figured we'll try something out and see if it's the seeds I got or if it's the area, user error. We'll see. But this one was kind of neat. This is just a short and sweet, kind of a neat one. They're about 4 inches. And then this one is more for fun, just because of the fact that how funny. They're short and fat. How fun. So I'm gonna try those. I also have butternut crunch lettuce here somewhere. It's probably in this one. Yep, butternut crunch lettuce, doing that one. So we're gonna try it, see. I've been getting back on a salad kick recently. So another one that I don't know if I'll grow it, but my son definitely is. This is dino kale, and because it looks like something a dinosaur would eat, and my son loves dinosaurs, so he wants to try that. Let's see. All right, so my herb bed, and I actually just texted my husband. I was like, hey, can you see if you can find me another one of those? Yeah, I did put those backwards. Oh, wow, it'll be fine. Got rosemary. I put this on my turkey this last Thanksgiving with a recipe that I found, and it was amazing. But I have never grown this before, so it was ridiculous expensive because of the fact that I had to go buy it from the store. It was like $2 for like 2 little sprigs. I was like, no, thank you. I'll just grow it and I'll have the whole plant. Gonna grow thyme. Last year, when I grew it, I think it got overshadowed by the basil, and so they didn't get very big. They'll get to move this year. Love fresh cilantro. Love, love, love it. All summer, I'm like, every meal, let's go get some cilantro. Mammoth dill. This is awesome. Besides the fact it smells good, it tastes good, use it a lot of things. Oh, sweet basil. Here's my sweet basil. So I'm gonna do that. I might put the lemon basil in if I get a second bed. If I don't, then I'll just leave it in the 5-gallon buckets. All right, so Salt Lake tubs. One of them actually already has blueberries in it. Well, blueberries. It has a blueberry plant in it. I'm looking at doing a Texas early grano onion. I grew these last year as an experiment, but I think I got them too late. Plus, like I said, it was super hot, so I did not do my part very well. So I'm gonna try those again. I'm gonna look at some Cosmos. I'm gonna see if I can find Cosmos really quick, just so that you can see what they look like. I don't know that I have a picture. Nope, I don't. But I was gonna grow a couple different mixes of Cosmos, and my orange hat tomato. This little tomato is hilarious. I did get a few of these to bloom. Super excited about it. Look how tiny. And it really is that prolific. Mine was actually the little top sprig didn't grow on mine, so mine was just down here, and it actually grew a ton. I had 3 of them, I think, in a 5-gallon bucket. They were only about 6 inches tall, and they're only supposed to get, this is an extra dwarf. It's good for even growing indoors. So 6 to 9 inches tall, and tons of orange tomatoes. So I loved that, and they were so good. My son kept going, Mom, is there any more? Is there any more? I'm like, well, look. He's like, there is. So that's what I'm looking at that. So then that way I can grow like a bunch of them all together. In my decorative pots, I kind of have a dilemma. I'm thinking I might grow a couple of different things. I like these, the Sparky Mix marigolds. Those are pretty. I have this red corn poppy. Those are gorgeous. I have candy cane mix zinnias, beautiful. I also have a purple Prince zinnia, but these are so pretty with it being variegated like that. So pretty. And then I have a really interesting one. It is a key lime marigold. So it's a green one. Thought that was fun. So may grow like a mix of those things for my porch, just to be something pretty. Let's see. Now in my, I'm gonna try and stick these back in here. In my big bed. So one way or another, I will have it. It just may look a little bit different. But my plan for that is, I was thinking I might try some corn this year, but now I'm thinking I may not. But going back to my tomatoes, this is where most of my tomatoes will be going, because I can use pig panel, cattle panel, and build an arch, and then it'll actually climb up both sides, or I can do it straight across and I can grow them that way. For one, look how tiny. These are spoon tomato. They're supposed to be super good. It's a medium day variety. I'm gonna try these this year. Definitely trying this one. So the Missouri Pink Love Apple Tomato. There's actually a really cute story on Baker Creek's website that goes along with this. But since it was designed in Missouri, and that's where I live, Central Missouri, I'm going to try that. One thing I love is stuffed tomatoes. However, I hate wasting, like cutting out the whole inside and everything. So I got the Get Stuffed tomato. How fun. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try Mr. Stripey. I had one of these last year, but it did not, it didn't do very good because it was so hot and I didn't have my shade cover in time, my shade cloth. San Marzano, would love to do some canning this year with those. These were my son's favorite 2 years ago. I didn't grow any last year and I'm kind of regretting that. This is the Sweet 100 VF Hybrid. They are sweet. They are very sweet and you get a ton of them. I grew 5 plants the first year and we were growing, or we were picking tomatoes forever. Yellow pear, it's a small tomato. I thought that could be fun. Let's see, any of the others. So I have an acquaintance that I'm in a gardening group with, and he has designed a Tahi tomato from where he lives. That's why he called it the Tahi. And my biggest one was like bigger than a softball. It was amazing. I loved it. I saved seeds, so I'm going to grow it again. Like I said, most everything that I had last year did not do very well. I got some things, but not a lot, because I couldn't be outside. I was very pregnant at the time, and I just couldn't do it. I'm going to try a couple of melons. Now, you're going to say, Diane, what are you talking about? That says cucumber. This is our Armenian yard-long cucumber. If you let it go to the full size, it is a melon. But if you harvest it small, I think it says about 15 inches, then you can use it as a cucumber. If you let it go bigger, then it becomes a melon. So I'm going to do both. This is a little personal one, Kajari melon. I've just heard about these. I've never grown them before, but they sound amazing. My son really wants to do watermelons this year. We tried it last year, but we planted them too late, so they never got to actually produce anything for us. Grow some regular cucumbers. I don't really know what kind yet. I've got a couple of different ones, but I'm not sure. Oh, my squashes. I bet these are kind of cool. I do have a yellow squash we're going to do. I have... Oh, my zucchini is not here, but an acorn squash. These are really good. My son would really like to do pumpkins. He wants to grow our own pumpkins for Halloween this year. So there we go. We got some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. I want to contribute more to Thanksgiving if we go to my parents this year. So sugar pumpkins, use those to make pie. Chinese string eggplant. I've never had eggplant. So I'm going to try it. And of course, everything that's homegrown is better than something that's store-bought. Now, honey nut squash. It is a butternut variety. They're only 4 to 5 inches long. This is a 100-day variety, so you have to start it when you start everything else and let it grow, just like you would a pumpkin. However, just like pumpkins, these will last if you cure them correctly. So I'm going to try it and we'll see. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Because I think I took that one off, took the corn off. Let's see. Okay, so in the next video, I will talk about when to start them. I'm actually past my 8 week, I think definitely my 10-week window, but it's still so cold that the only place I have to put them is close to a window that we have blocked off, but it still gets very cold next to that. So probably later this week or this weekend, I'm going to be setting that up. I'll show you how to do that. I just went through, looked at all my seed packages, looked at when they said how long to start them before the frost date, looked at my frost date, which is supposed to be April 20th. We've had anywhere from 25 degrees, I think, last night, up to 75 degrees in the last 2 weeks. So I'm just going to wait just a smidgen. But in this notebook, I have what it is, and then the temperature that it likes, and then how many weeks to start before my frost date. Like I said, I'm a little, my 10 weeks has already come and gone. A lot of these, though, are, which is really nice, is just direct sow. So I just go out and plant it. And then I'll actually be able, or I'm going to be starting a few extras. My mother-in-law has requested a few things, and then she actually lives in a zone, I think she's in like 5B, 5A, something like that, in another state. So I'm going to start her some stuff here so that by the time she gets it home, it's well established and ready to rock and roll. Then I will also have some things extra that I can offer to my community. I'm involved in the 4-H in my community. We're doing a community garden soon, so I'm going to go ahead and plant extra stuff just in case. And then we're going to have a great time with gardening. Now, I do know that one thing I left off was like all my green beans and things. I don't know exactly which ones I'm doing, but I've got like 4 different ones. I have one that's a pole bean, so it's going to grow tall. And then I have several bush beans. I may do a mix of both just because I can. Yeah, so tune in for the next one, and hopefully it will be up later this week for seed starting and looking at how I do it, and then I can give you some other people to look at that live in different zones and have already started actually growing stuff. So have an awesome day. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.